easy by calling their lobbyist friends. That's why they love early voting. Everybody goes into the polls. They get literature from the incumbent. You can't afford that. You're an outsider. You barely raised any money. Early voting's a disaster. The problem is it's a disaster we got to live with. I can't use this analogy enough. You want to go in a boxing match where the referee says, this is now going to be a steel cage match. I will be exiting the ring. By the way, you are both allowed to use chainsaws. And you go, no. This is principle for me. I'm going to fight the old boxing ring. You're going to get your arms sawed off. The rules suck, but they're the rules we have to deal with. And see, the nice part is, if we win some of these things and get the Kerry Lakes in there, we get the DeSantis's and the Kemps in there, we can make some trade-offs. We're never going to get everything on voting, folks. I'm sorry, that's just a fact. We're just not. But if we can get voter ID, if we can get early voting limited to certain days, if we can get surveillance, if you go, the ballot box has got to go. That, I think, is non-negotiable. But at a minimum, while we're stuck with them, they need to be surveilled. If we can get that, it's a marginal improvement from what we have now. But while we're stuck with these rules, why would we not use them? Harmeet Dillon was on Tucker Carlson's show last night. She was explaining what's going on and what happened with the debacle in Arizona. And that continues. She was on the radio show the other day. That continues today, this embarrassment. I want you to listen to this. It's a really good cut describing this abomination. Check this out.
What is the latest in these two races?
Well, the latest, Tucker, is that the Maricopa County party is like way behind. The county is way behind in counting these votes. And one of the reasons here is that they switched a couple of years ago to what's called a vote center model. So instead of the old-fashioned model where you would go vote in a precinct, they actually cut the number of places you could vote by 2/3. So it made it a little harder and less accessible to vote. And then they don't have pre-printed ballots when you go to vote. So wherever you wander and show up, they then print a ballot for you, which takes time. And if the printers are screwed up and the tabulators are screwed up, which is what happened in Maricopa County despite testing, which is the job of the county officials, then you have the chaos that you're seeing on the screen there, and you have 2-hour lines, you have poorly trained election officials who aren't used to this model telling people they can just go to another place to vote, but they can't. When they go to the next place, they're told they've already voted. This disenfranchised voters yesterday.
You see, Harmeet gets it. You want to let the Democrats vote for 3 weeks while you're sitting in a 2.5-hour line to get to an election official who doesn't know what she or he's doing to tell you they couldn't print a ballot? Why? I don't understand. Why take the chance? I get your point. I have deep respect for your willingness to stick to principle. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, we're in a dogfight here for the future of the country, and there's no principle in losing right now. A lot of these seats, I bet we lost a good chunk of votes to people who just turned around and went home on Election Day. Got a special surprise for you. Kerry Lake's team reached out. They want to come on at the top of the hour, so that's going to be pretty awesome. We're looking forward to that, so she'll be here in just a few minutes. Stay tuned for that. And then Leo, right? We got Leo Terrell coming up at 2 o'clock. We typically don't do two guests, but with all the news going on, and Kerry Lake wants to come on, you got an open invitation. We love having you on our show. I think she's going to pull this out. And we'll ask her about cleaning up this dreadful voting system in Arizona. I got more coming up next. We'll be right back.
Larry Elder here, and I want to talk to you for a minute about 100% drug-free Relief Factor. You know, we all get a little bit older every day, and we all experience aches and pains. Many people even struggle just to get out of bed in the morning and face the world. If you're one of them, then you could be exactly the person Relief Factor was made to help. Let me tell you about Catherine in Pennsylvania. She had shoulder aches, and I mean the kind that were ruining her life. She decided to give Relief Factor a try because she'd heard so many of us on the radio singing its praises. And guess what? After only a few weeks, her pain was nearly gone. No side effects, just relief. Many of my friends and I take Relief Factor every single day. Hundreds of thousands of others have tried it, and about 70% have gone on to order more. Your first step to becoming pain-free just might be to order the 3-week quick start for only $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF. Feel the difference.
Dan Bongino. You're listening to the Dan Bongino Show on the Bay Area's home for conservative talk on your radio and smart speaker at 560 KSFO.
Again, we're
here with a warning for homeowners. You could already be the victim of home title theft and not have a clue. Some cyber thief may have already forged his name onto the title to your home. Here's how to find out. My partners at Home Title Lock have a special free offer for you. Go to HometitleLock.com, then simply enter your address for your free, no-obligation home title scan. This will tell you if a cyber thief is camping on your home's title. The title to your home is the only document that proves you own it. But once he forges your signature stating he's the owner, he can take out loans on your home. First things first, let's make sure your home's title is securely in your name. Do that by going to HometitleLock.com and use my promo code RADIO. Then enter your address for your free, no-obligation home title scan. That's a $100 value free. Again, that's HometitleLock.com code RADIO. HometitleLock.com code RADIO.
Hi, this is Stephanie from Safeway with great news. You can earn Safeway rewards with each purchase you make. Then use your rewards for discounts on groceries or up to 20 cents off per gallon in gas rewards at participating Chevron or Texaco stations and up to $1 off per gallon at participating Safeway fuel stations. Not a member? Register for an account with your phone number at checkout and start earning rewards today. Restrictions and exclusions apply. Learn more at Safeway.com/for-you. This is Stephanie from Safeway, and we'll see you soon.
Guys, I'll never forget the first time I saw somebody get results in our clinic. He was an 81-year-old man who hadn't been intimate with his wife in over 8 years. Viagra had stopped working for him, and he was desperate for help. After several treatments, he walked into my office and told me he couldn't believe the results. Needless to say, this was a very happy man. This man made me a believer in what we do. He had taken pills for years, but he had never fixed the problem. When he came to us, we fixed the problem. Our treatment does what no pill can do. And right now, we're offering a free treatment just for coming in. That's right. You can try this treatment at no cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today.
With clinics in San Mateo and Sacramento, call 650-585-8909. That's 650-585-8909. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com. HSA cards welcome and financing available.
What happens when an abortion-minded woman hears her baby's heartbeat on an ultrasound? Here's how a nurse describes the power of ultrasound.
When she saw the picture of her baby on ultrasound and saw that beating heart, it was a defining moment that just broke her. And she said, I just can't allow this baby to be killed, with her own words.
By letting a mother hear her baby's heartbeat and see her baby in the womb, she will choose life the majority of the time.
I cannot tell you how many times a baby's life is saved through ultrasound. It's just an incredible tool.
Preborn centers are one of the largest providers of free ultrasounds in the country. One ultrasound is just $28, or 5 ultrasounds are $140, and now through a match, your tax-deductible gift is double. Would you join me, Dan Bongino, and Preborn in rescuing babies? To donate, just dial pound 250 and say the keyword baby. That's pound 250 baby. Go to preborn.com. That's preborn.com. Preborn is a 501c3 organization.
Keeping his friends close and his enemies educated. The Dan Bongino Show.
This is great. I love listener feedback because some of it really tells me either I'm not doing a good job in communicating a point, or you're definitely not listening to the show. The guy named Jeff just reached out on Facebook, and he said, Dan, where is he? Come on. Damn it. This is what happens when everything goes down. Well, the bottom line is, he's like, Dan, why are you giving them the benefit of the doubt? You know they want to count votes this way so they can cheat. Benefit of the doubt? Brother Jeff, are you listening to the same show? Have you listened to anything I've said over the last 2 days? I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I just got done making the point that we refuse to count votes because they want it this way, because they like delays, because their strategy is sue to blue. The more you delay a vote count in a close race, the more you can bring the courts into it to sue to a blue victory. It's called sue to blue. I love your feedback. But if you're thinking that, then probably others are too. And how you think that's giving the benefit of the doubt escapes me. All right, we'll get back to more of this coming up in a minute. If you want to know if you want to know what the left's real plan is for your kids, Just look at the reaction to the word Patriot Mobile did in multiple school districts in Texas. The left is losing their mind.